educational materials that have generously been donated through the collaborative effort of the Ackermans, the Unlimited Child, as well as the Lady M Foundation. So the pinnacle of this event will be marked by Her Majesty receiving these items and then handing them over to the representatives of the ECCD schools. These materials have been procured or have been donated for 25 centers. So Her Majesty will be handing them to people in these centers. So, Your Majesty, this occasion is an important one that reflects the strength of collaboration, that when people collaborate, we can make wonders. And also it reflects the spirit of generosity, that if you are generous, giving willingly, then a nation can go far. So I hope these virtues can define us as we continue with our journey to provide education to every Lesotho in this country. And sa le bile ngwana mona mo le botate ke go be re na le bafani go sa Africa me ba fane ka thepa e tshebe ngata haholo me thepa ena o tla ai amohela me be no fana ka yona le mo ngwa mane ditsimane mo ntse ya lo sa bana ba tla fane thuto ena pa etse wa tla tsena tso ha me se tla fana ka tsona ke di thusa thuto o thusa o thuto bana ba fina mane e be thuto ya bone me ba ntse ba dipula.
Today is a very important day. This day started long back, and it started with when we engaged through His Majesty and the royal family, when they invited Unlimited Child actually into the country. Candace will come and tell that story, but that was a beautiful, beautiful story that happened because His Majesty said, I see a vision in this program and I need it for my children in Lesotho. And and with this, we carried the baton and we started off with an ECCD Mansunyane. That was through MGC. The relationship continued. They will come and explain exactly the program, so that you understand. But what is important is this. I think Ndate PS mentioned it. Letsole Fanang is blessed. Ndate Mudimo Ohata Letsole Fanang. I am very thankful to Candace, Rosija, Wallace, like the whole team, the Ackermans Foundation. We cannot believe that you thought us and saw us fit to receive these gifts. What is important is this. A future. When it comes to education, when it comes to all facets of life, it's important to invest in them at a foundational stage. This is why Lady M Foundation has been committed also to such programs. When it comes to youth, when it comes to young children, it is very, very important. So the reason why we are sitting here is because we know the importance of that. And I will not leave this podium without saying to you, the mothers of these children, you have sacrificed your lives so that their parents can go and fend for the families. And that is very important. That is part of the cycle e leng hore ho na le batho ba e lebalang. Rona re le hopotse hore le tle le fumane ditlhoko tse di nang le tsona tse di sitwang ho di reka. Her Majesty is sitting here today saying, re tlo le nanabetsa letsoho, so that you are able to receive these gifts that are tools that will enable you hore le tsebe ho thusa bana dikolong ba tsebe hore ba ithute.
So today I want to begin with a question. When you look at a child under the age of 6, what do you see? For us, we see everything. We see a mind that is forming at a rate that will never happen again in that child's lifetime. We see synapses firing, curiosity bursting, language forming, and confidence being built or broken. And we see a window that is open right now and will begin to close by the time that child turns 6. That window, that small, precious, irreversible window, is why we are standing here today. So 7 years ago, like Mama said, the unlimited child came to Lesotho. During that time, 7 years ago, the unlimited child and Ackermans sat down together with a shared conviction that corporate investment in early childhood development was not charity. It was a strategy for us. It was the single greatest lever for changing the trajectory of a nation. And what followed was not a partnership. It became one of the most sustained and strategically significant corporate investments in early childhood development in South Africa. So over 7 years, almost 800 ECD centers, 9 provinces, thousands of practitioners trained, and hundreds and thousands of children who arrived at those centers not ready for school, certainly not ready for life, but now completely ready and completely prepared for life. So for us, this is not a statistic. This is a generation. And the Ackermans partnership is a powerful thread in a much larger tapestry. Because today, the Unlimited Child is the largest ECD organization of its kind in Africa, supporting over 7,000 practitioners and ECD centers, 7,000 ECD centers and 17,000 practitioners, and reaching over 2.5 million children across South Africa, across 6 countries. South Africa, Lesotho, Malawi, Zambia, Zimbabwe, in a humanitarian aid case in Yemen in the Middle East. Now for us, let that sink in for a moment. From a township in South Africa to a refugee camp in Yemen, the same model, the same rigor, the same belief that no child is beyond the reach of quality education. And that is what the Unlimited Child stands for. It is what the organization that Ackermans chose to stand with. But here's what I've learned about a model that truly works. It does not stay still. It does not accept borders. It asks the question, where else do children need this? Where else is that window open and no one walking through? So that answer brought us here to this kingdom, to this beautiful moment. In 2021, the Unlimited Child onboarded our first cohort of 10 practitioners at ECD centers in this beautiful country of Lesotho. 10 practitioners, a small beginning, but beginnings are never really small when you understand the stakes that are behind it. From that first cohort, though, we did something that I believe defines great program design. We listened, we contextualized, and we aligned every element of our program to Lesotho's very own early childhood care and development framework, ensuring that what we brought here was not imported. It was adapted here, localized here, and owned here. And the result of that, those centers achieved Center of Excellence status. Practitioners developed here demonstrated high-level proficiency-based learning, structured classroom practice, and responsive child engagement. And not because it was easy, but because quality, rigor, and investment in people produces excellence every time.
Today, for us, marks more than a ceremonial moment. It marks the beginning and the crossing of a threshold. and a shared commitment to the future of children, all of our children. For Ackermans schools, this really is historic. And I remember when I first got involved as leading the corporate social investment at Ackermans. I mean, Ackermans is an organization, a corporate citizen that is over 100 years old, right? But we are only who we are because of our customers. And as our business grew and continues to grow, we knew that there was more to it. It wasn't just about the profit. It wasn't just about the number of stores that we grew. But we had a dream, and we said we have to do something, and we have to do something that's going to be impactful, that's going to be meaningful to not just our shareholders and our employees, but the extension of our community. And we had a vision that wherever we go, as an Ackermans brand, we need to lay our roots deeper and firmer in the communities that we serve and who serve us. And so, Ackermans schools, we understood that one of the most important aspects of our customers' lives and hearts and minds is her children. And that's where we started. We started with just an idea. We're a retailer. We didn't really know how we were going to make this big difference, but we knew we had to start. And 10 plus years ago, we started with just 13 ECD centers in the Western Cape. Through lots of learning and failing and getting up, no matter what the challenges were, we understood that it wasn't something that we could give up on. And 7 or so years ago, through our connection and meeting the wonderful people at the Unlimited Child, I think that just cemented a new reality for us and propelled what was a dream to the reality it is today. And so, definitely an historic moment, as Candice mentioned. Lesotho is the very first country beyond South Africa where we are planting our flag and our hearts and our long-term commitment. This is not just a donation. And that choice was deliberate. We didn't come here because it's easy. We came because the future of children knows no borders. And it shouldn't. And also because Lesotho showed us partners who believe, as we do, that early childhood is really where nations are built. And so, Ububele, which is the name of our corporate social investment program at Ackermans, it's really a word that carries weight. Yes, it speaks of kindness, but not just the passive kind. It speaks of generosity with intention. It's dignity in action and compassion that builds systems, not just dependency.
ba fihle mo ga la balabela mo ba ilo fihla bana ding ona dikatse ka hare dikonyana ba shota mo ga nne ba pholle ba bepela gona mona gobane ha ba ka ba ga ba nele ka pela gona mo pro ya senyenya che kwana na ke ke wele ditabeng tsa gona tsa temohle le ditshara tsa dikonyana ke thaba gone ya golo hle o ga ile ka je go lena go memilo gona go ga tlo hlomelwa hle ka dithusa thuto tsena ka ha o se o tshuwa ga gona re thuta re ntse re bapala hle di tla re thusa gore di nolofatse mosebetsi o ileng wa gona wa letsatsi le letsatsi mme ka mantswe ana hle re mbere re e ne isise so buisise re nne re fumane le tse ding tse ngata tse bang di ka tsa hlophiswa ke a gola ha ke phetha ke mpe ke le go fela mabasotho ke le bele ka la thuto Ackermans Unlimited Child Lady M ha e hole thuto ya Lesotho ha e hole.
It is with a heart full of gratitude that I stand before you today more mewagonality. This is not merely a handover of toys and learning materials. It is but a handover of hope to the 25 ECCD centers and their teachers, the kids and the parents. This is a handover of opportunity, and most importantly, this is a handover of a future for our youngest and most vulnerable citizens, the children of Lesotho between the ages of 3 and 5. And I must say, as the Minister of Education and Training, I'm not really very proud of how much we put into the education for these ages of 3 to 5. In this country, we have free primary education from grade 1 up to grade 7. In the secondary, parents start to pay, but we try to control fees, buy books for the kids. In tertiary, we provide scholarships for some of the students. But the ECCD, if you ask us how much we are putting, it's not that much. And it's somewhere where we have to think and put more effort as a government to see how best that can be done. Meganete, this part that has been done today is one of the initiatives for years. Our ECCD centers have done their best with very little. Our practitioners have been dedicated, but they have lacked tools and incentives. Our children have been eager, but they have lacked the stimulation. Today, that story begins to change. Some of the people who have grandchildren, who have children, they can see the happiness of the kids in front of their parents when they are playing with toys like this one. And when these towers break, when they cry, and when a parent helps them to rebuild, that is what the teachers are doing every day. And that is what they are building, the mind and the future generation. Like I have said, today begins the story that will make a huge change. Over the years, we'll look back at this day and see the impact we have made. First and foremost, I wish to express my deepest and sincere thank you to Ackermans, the Unlimited Child and Lady M Foundation. I must attest, today that few days when my wife bought clothes to my grandchild from Ackermans, I didn't think about Ackermans the way I'm thinking about it. So it means, from where I'm standing, it means a lot to me. So that is going forward. When my daughter is buying for grandchildren, I would have to put more. If she goes to Ackermans, if you go to Ackermans, I will give you more to do that. So I'm looking at it very differently now. Yesterday I was looking at it like any other shop where you get clothes for your kids, but you have made a tremendous change in our way we think Ackermans is. We no longer think as it as a retail store. We think of it as part of a corporation which builds the future. Through your generous handover of these high quality ECCD teaching and learning materials, you are transforming our early childhood classrooms into spaces of joy, curiosity, discovery, and growth. The puzzles, blocks, books, and educational tools are not ordinary. As I have highlighted, they are tools for school readiness. They are the difference between a child arriving at primary school already falling behind or arriving confident, curious, and ready to learn. And one thing that I've been told about these tools is that you can even also find out if a child is behind in terms of other health-related issues. So it's not only about education, it's about even the health of the child. Currently, Ackermans, we thank you very deeply from the bottom of our hearts. These materials alone are not enough. A tool is only good as the hands that use it and the training that guides it. So the kids are important and the teachers are. That is why I also extend our profound gratitude to the Unlimited Child, our trusted implementation partner. The Unlimited Child and Lady M Foundation brings the curriculum, the skills development training, the mentoring and the coaching that will ensure every resource handed over today is used effectively, joyfully, and in the classroom. I must also appeal to Marikonya, Nagi Marikonya. Hansi Bayana said is everything, and make sure that you take care of it because it means a lot. And these 25 ECCD centers now, they will be associated with Ackermans, with Unlimited Child, with Lady M Foundation, with Her Majesty. So the way you conduct yourself as a teacher now must be different from today because now you are a symbol of the 4 entities that I have mentioned. You have been here at the Royal Palace, which is also something of a value, far beyond you can think of. As you go, at one point, what Avagamona, they Her Majesty is here. And that is from I need to baga, say that Patuba, Tuba, Kibana Lady and Foundation, Kibana Unlimited Child, Kibana Her Majesty, when they initiated this particular program, you must be different from the rest. Even when it comes to our really happy, make it melody, what I have. May I share a moment in positive one, who will own a book and the problem. Editing the Antrona. It is aligned to national curriculum framework and early learning development standards. Elomore has a man work and the flows of it. Well, Lily, my teacher. 125 create your own WhatsApp group where you communicate to each other. And where you see challenges, you are able to communicate with a teacher in Kotabote, with a teacher in Mathieu. So now we have become one family. Thank you, the Unlimited Child, for working this journey with us and Lady M Foundation. This is a partnership that works. This is a powerful model that is going to work. Ackermans provides us the materials. The Unlimited Child provides the training, coaching, and micro enterprise development with Lady M Foundation. Currently, I'm very happy. If you have listened well to Mama Mutaki, she said we come from the private sector, we do these things differently. Well, little ECCD centers, take care of the kids, keep time, let's get out of and be different from the rest of us. Government, the more of Managana go in government. I don't know what is happening, but the 25 ECCD centers, it is my plea that please be different from us. We are proud to partner with an organization that has won the Khalifa International Award and has been chosen by the Lego Foundation as the research partner in Africa. But more than awards, you have brought us evidence, experience, and genuine love for Basotho children. Thank you, the Unlimited Child, for working this journey with us. Currently, the Ministry of Education and Training provides policy, practitioners, and the commitment. And we are also trying at the Lesotho College of Education to provide education for teachers who can teach well in the ECCD centers. We are still going to think about teachers who have gained experience in teaching at the centers, but without qualifications and without entrance qualification to the Lesotho College of Education. Since they have practiced, we have to create a program for them that needs to empower them so that they can have proper qualifications that are proper. That will deal with the Sotho College of Education in a similar fashion that was done before. In this country, when there was a shortage of teachers, there were teachers that were employed, but without qualification and without entrance qualification to the college, but they were given dispensation to be admitted in a specialized program that assisted them, and they're making a difference today. So that is one thing that we need to follow up. For 5 years, 3, 4, 6 years, it's a program in winter where they can go and be trained and over time get a recognized certificate. That will need to follow as also a token of appreciation for what they are doing without a pay on a voluntary basis for the children of this country. Anette, I want to talk directly to our practitioners who are teachers now, and center supervisors and the teachers and the Ministry of Education officials. If private sector comes as a partner, let's behave like a private sector and make sure that we abide by the minimum standards that we are expected to adhere to. District education managers. I never much of one out. I go to was school man. Can I go na allowance here as a city? This and that. But while we was to a man are teaching without a single cent being paid to them. So how can you get another one of us when we are employed and getting a salary per month? Now I live in a zone of where something. If the transport is there to take you there, you go there. If sometimes you have to walk, you have to walk. Sometimes when I go to some schools, I leave a car here and walk on foot for 2 hours. When I was in talking about this last month, I walked for 2 hours to get to that school. Morning with I had over classrooms, toilets, and the kids, and you could see the happiness of the teachers, the children, and the village when they see a government official there. They say this is historic. So currently you see that how they demanding for the benefit of the children in schools, because there are people who have dedicated their lives beyond what you can imagine. From the government side, this is only the beginning. Together we ensure that every child in Lesotho, no matter where they are born, have the chance to learn, to grow, and to thrive. And also we appeal to all Basotho who are working. When you have your toys in your house and your child has outgrown the toys, please donate the toys to the Ministry of Education, and they will be donated to these ECCD centers across the country. We will embark on that because you find that some of the middle class, when they have toys, when the children pass that stage, they are taken to the garbage bin. While there are other children who can make use of that. So this is what we have to do to donate to the ECCD centers. And also, at a later stage, ECCD centers will also become libraries for the young children in the villages, where even those who are not part of the ECCD children can have a time, maybe once a week or a month, to come together and play at that center with the toys. And that makes a difference to the children. Her Majesty, Noro, we thank you very much for always being part of the children in this country and also being part of the Ministry of Education. It's a comprehensive goal, and I imagine you could support you over 5 years.
It is with profound humility that I stand before you today to express my appreciation for a job well done in support of our children. who are still in their early stages of learning. I believe this kind gesture is not merely a donation of materials, it is an investment in the future of our nation. It represents an investment in the minds, creativity, and potential of our children, aged 3 to 5 years. I am informed, been reliably informed, that these resource kits, which include essential teaching and learning support materials, will significantly enhance the quality of early learning in our ECCD centers. And I think speakers who have spoken before me have been alluded to this. They will empower teachers to deliver more engaging, stimulating, and developmentally appropriate learning experience for our children. To our valued donors, your dedication to improving ECCD programs through accessible, play-based learning aligns closely with the priorities of the ministry. With these materials presented to different ECCDs today, I wish to reaffirm that play is not just recreation. It is a powerful tool through which children learn, explore, and develop critical, cognitive, social, and emotional skills. And I want to believe, Honorable Minister, that the alignment of this approach with our ECCD framework strengthens our collective efforts to ensure that every Mosotho child is school ready and equipped for lifelong learning. Let us also reaffirm our commitment to the children of Lesotho. Let us ensure that every child, regardless of background, has access to quality early learning opportunities. Let us continue to invest in programs that nurture their potential and prepare them for a brighter future. Honorable Minister, distinguished guests, please allow me to express my sincere appreciation to all our donors present today. I'm informed that this would not have been possible without the generous support of Ackermans South Africa, the Unlimited Child, and the Lady M Foundation. I wish to thank you all for your continued corporate social responsibility and unwavering commitment to supporting our communities. This partnership truly demonstrates how the private sector can play a meaningful role in advancing education and social development. Sesotho se re, ngwana ke wa motse kaofela. Loosely translated, it takes a village to raise a child. Therefore, it is through collaboration between government, development partners, the private sector, and communities that we can achieve lasting impact. We must continue to build and sustain these relationships, grounded in trust, transparency, and mutual respect. To the Ministry of Education and Training, I thank you for opening your doors to the private sector. Kindly be reminded that you are entrusted not only with receiving such support, but with ensuring that it is utilized effectively, equitably, and sustainably. Please ensure that these resources reach their intended beneficiaries, our children, and that they are used to their fullest potential. Ke boipiletso ba ka Ntate Letona, Tata Papa, hore se ka selekane sena se ka hola ho feta mona e sa tswalla namane e tshehadi molemong wa bokamoso ba bana ba Basotho le naha ya Lesotho. May these seeds we plant today grow into a future filled with knowledge, opportunity, and hope for every child in Lesotho. Ke a leboha. Kgotso, pula, nala.